and of course YouTube. On Facebook, our account is Xylophone 102.1 FM, and our account on YouTube is Xylophone Media, and in both cases Xylophone is spelled Zylofon. That is Zylofon. I want to say thank you so much. We normally don't criticize in this segment, but if we must criticize, we would only criticize to build and not to destroy. This is the Black Pot, aka Kukushunamon, where we speak truth to power. My brother, my sister, I'm taking my very first reading from Ghana Web, and this one was published today, the 10th day of December 2021, and it reads: Carlos Ahinkra denies own statement on e-levy, claims his video is heavily edited. Let's read. The Member of Parliament for Tema West, Carlos Ahinkra, has said he was misrepresented in his comments on the e-levy proposal in the 2022 budget statement. It was reported that Mr. Ahinkra had asked Ghanaians who do not want to pay the 1.75 e-levy to stop using mobile money. That's Momo. He said the propaganda against the e-levy for political expediency is nauseating. He told TV3's Kwamla Kluche in an interview in Parliament on Wednesday, December 8th, that no human being or no person likes to pay tax, but it is a known fact that taxes are generally appalled by people who are supposed to pay them. So what is happening is quite understandable, but to the extent that it has been used to gain some political points, or it is being done for political expediency, for me is very unfortunate. I'll tell you something. I have always been saying that the Momo tax is not a compulsory tax. You only pay when you use it. If you don't use it, you don't pay. So for me, there is no way any other procedure for making payments is going to equal Momo. Right now, what we are saying is the tax is targeted at those who have the ability to pay, not those who are receiving. If you are receiving it, it's okay to go and negotiate with a person who has gone to the bank to borrow money and be a Momo agent. Pay money out, otherwise keep the money on your phone and you don't pay any money. Well, that's it. Full of grammatical, inconsistencies, left, right, and center, punctuation, problems and all that. Well, English language is not our language, so, we will keep it on that level. So that's the minister speaking, according to Ghana Word. I wonder how he won his MPship in Tema. What language did he speak to the people? Spanish. Because when this guy starts speaking English, it doesn't look like he's gone beyond JSS. So what language did he use to convince the people to vote him as their MP? How do they read and understand their laws? Especially that we live in a country where English language is everything. In Parliament, they speak English. I have not heard one person address Parliament in any Ghanaian local Ghanaian language. No. The speaker speaks in English. Every other person who stands up to speak speaks English. So if English becomes your breakfast, lunch, and supper, and you speak English like this, I wonder how you be able to sit down and read and understand and make laws. That's my problem. Now let's get to the facts. My brother, my sister, I've always talked about the fact that Pan-Africanism is the way. Patriotism is the way. Go and look at photographs of Kwame Nkrumah's tenure of office and check it out how it was in parliament when Kwame Nkrumah was in power. When even our athletes were going for the Olympics and so on and so forth, how did they dress? I have seen photos of Ghanaian representatives at the Olympics in Kente. I have seen parliament during the time of Nkrumah have almost everybody wear Kente, representing the culture of the country. Today, my brother, my sister, when you look at our parliament house, until the people start speaking, you might think it's the British Parliament. You might even think it's the American setting. Because a lot of the people are wearing coat and tie. Yet there are some people who sit in parliament and say, oh, support made in Ghana products. Oh, let's get patriotic. Let's abide by our laws and our rules. Yet, my brother, my sister, the way they even represent us is always a problem. You dress like the European and come stand to me to talk Africa. Are you crazy? You dress like the American and you come stand in front of me. You are telling me to eat dawa dawa and kokonte when you are in your house there eating lasagna, my brother, my sister, and eating pizza. I have a problem. A lot of the problems we have in this country can be solved with the tool of Pan-Africanism. We just have to be patriotic, and every other thing would fall in place. Because if you are patriotic, you will never talk about a japa. If you are patriotic, never would you talk about a budget that is called a jinkwa. If you are patriotic, you will not steal from the people. And if you are patriotic, you would always think about the people and put the people first. But in our country, the president is in suit, and I will keep talking about the president's oversight suit until they decide to be wise. Ghanaian designers have become non-entities all over the place. They only make it when they try to fly out of this country, true or false. Look at a Ghanaian designer who died recently. My brother, my sister, he would have been rotting in this country, a country where ministers of state and the president and the people do not patronize anything that is Ghanaian. They only patronize the Ghanaian people when election time comes. Then they go looking for you to vote for them. Aside that, my brother, my sister, they think American, they think British. Look how many Ghanaian people have left the shores of this country, and they have become legends in their own rights. Look how many Ghanaian people have left the shores of this country, and all of a sudden they are being hailed all over the place because of the quality. Yet in this country, that quality will never be seen. A country where education is not respected. A country where certificates are nothing because you can buy any certificates on the streets. A country where people have no respect for talent. All they have respect for is big buttocks and big breasts. In fact, your master's certificate would be your breast. Your doctorate would be your buttocks. So if you are born a female without these masters and a PhD, my brother, my sister, you are doomed in this country. You could be as brainy as Einstein. You could know history as much as Pacheco Pereira. My brother, my sister, you will not be able to grow anywhere because you have no buttocks and big breasts. What a country. That is why every now and then we have ministers who have no brains. They got in there, my brother, my sister, because of their big breast and their big buttocks. They got in there because their uncle was a certain politician who supported another politician, paid some money, and therefore they keep on putting round pegs in square holes, or this square pegs in round holes all over the place. My brother, my sister, we need to wake up as a country. We need to be able to stand up for our country. And I've said it time and again. It's Pan-Africanism, patriotism, which will demand your change of attitude. What does it profit a man to put street lights all over the place, including inside toilets? Build all the roads when the people have no brains. My brother, my sister, they will sell all the street rails and the street lights because they want to go and eat dokuno and fish. Kwame Kenkena. True or false? True or false? My brother, my sister, until the people are uplifted to understand what it is to be patriotic, until the people are given a certain kind of pride, black pride, which is Pan-Africanism, they will continue worshiping dirty Lebanese people who slap them night and day. I'm choosing my words carefully. It does not mean every Lebanese or every Chinese is dirty. I am talking about those that slap our people night and day just because of their color. They are those I'm referring to as dirty and stinking Lebanese and Chinese. My brother, this country, even though it's hellish, is heaven to a lot of countries in the world. Lebanon is one of those. Palestine is one of those. When you go to these countries, every second a bomb is flying. Every second somebody is wailing because his brother or sister or mother or father has just beaten the dust. My brother, my sister, it's not a joke. Let's deal with the former minister now, MP for, Tema West. He said that he did not say what he said, and that it was heavily edited. This is not the first time we are hearing irresponsible politicians come back and tell us nonsense. Osafu Mafu did it time and again. We all heard Osafu Mafu when he told the whole world that if you don't come from the part of Ghana that has resources, you have no business being in the presidency. My brother, my sister, and he claimed that in Germany, it's the same thing. You cannot rule Germany if where you come from has no resources, because you don't know what resources mean, and you will not be able to control resources. My brother, my sister, what resources are in Chebi? What resources are in Chebi? I don't know. When we are fighting Galamsey, the king of Chebi would still stand firm and threaten that he will continue with Galamsey as long as A, B, C, D are not done. My brother, my sister, I have a problem with that. If you have no resources, you cannot be president. In other words, if you are not rich, you cannot be wise. If you are not rich, you will never be wise. You will have no brains to be able to rule a country. That is why we have idiots in power night and day, according to Osafo. If where you come from has no resources, forget it. You could have brains like Einstein, brains like Jesus Christ, forget it. Nothing would ever happen. You will never be in the presidency. My brother, my sister. So, the thing was heavily edited. It was doctored. That's the other word that they use. My brother, my sister, we will continue playing the ostrich. We are so irresponsible. We do not want to come out and accept our mistakes. A man who runs away from the problem is nothing but an ostrich. A man who runs away from a problem is irresponsible. Face or take the bull by the horn. That's where I will end this issue. You said it. It was recorded. Now they are playing it back to you, and you are denying it that it was doctored, heavily edited. What do you take us for? What do you take us for? How How many media houses reported this? My Joy Online reported the same thing. Other websites reported the same thing independently. Can they all be wrong? The people you vote into power, make sure you hold them to be responsible. I leave it here. In fact, today we have a lot of things here. We need to look at all of them one after the other. And, oh my God. So many different things, my brother, my sister, and we have to open our ears and listen with rapt attention. Another thing I want to deal with over here, my brother, my sister, is something that you all will be interested in, and just have to open your ears. You can laugh if you want to laugh, and you can frown if you want to frown, but let us keep it sane. I'm reading something from Ghana Web, and that was published also today on the 10th of December 2021. It says, my 90-year-old mother has been crying. And this is the Inshaeso MP talking. Shall we read? The NPP MP for Inshaeso has indicated his 90-year-old mother has been crying following the news of his arrest by the police for road traffic indiscipline. Mr. Stephen Amoah said he was not driving carelessly, blocking people with his V8 Land Cruiser, as the police alleged in their statement to the public on Tuesday, December 7. Speaking on Joy FM's news site, News 9 program on Thursday, December 9, the legislator could not comprehend why the police would put out his details to the public, knowing very well that MPs are not safer in the country. We are politically exposed, and I am a political risk factor. Why should the police put my name alongside my car number in the public domain? What crime have I committed? Do they want to kill me? Now I cannot even be driving around, he lamented on Joy FM. And my 90-year-old mother has been crying from yesterday night, that's Wednesday, till today, Thursday. Hey, your 90-year-old mother can cry from now till when Jesus Christ comes. You are as ordinary as any citizen. This is nonsense. We voted you idiots into power. And now we have to take the back bench so that you guys can fly in your colorful plumes, so that you guys can bask in your borrowed glory. Listen to an MP. And this is supposed to be the CEO of Maslock. This was the guy who came on TV crying. So you have a crybaby family. Every member of your family is crying. From your 90-year-old grandmother all the way to your 190-year-old grandfather, everybody is a crybaby. Because you yourself demonstrated that you were born to cry. Do you all remember this same guy called Stephen Amoah? I hope I got his name well. Right. You know, he was on TV crying his heart out, blaming Ghanaians, my brother, my sister, for not appreciating the hard work of Nana Akufo-Addo. Today he says his 90-year-old grandmother is in the house. Who cares? If you don't want your grandmother to cry, respect the citizenry. The quota that you have to contribute to the people, you make sure that you do it because you gave out yourself as a sacrificial lamb so that the people can be comfortable. So when the promise that you made to the people is not being adhered to, we need to whip you back into line. If you don't have the heart to do it, nobody will force you to do it. We are not looking forward to seeing people crying night and day. That's not what we want. We want the work to be done. If your president keeps sleeping night and day, flying all over the place in his oversized suit and speaking English as if they just, brought him out of the British Parliament, my brother, my sister, we got to speak about some of these things. Why would the police lie when your government is in power? You think the police will lie that you were not blocking traffic and that what, and now he's saying that he followed the convoy from the parliament. Were you supposed to be a member of the convoy? In Ghana, we see a convoy, and some people try to take advantage of the convoy, joining that convoy. I saw that this morning as well when I was coming to work. Did you officially join the convoy or not? Why would the police stop you if you are an official member of the convoy? They will do this to try to intimidate the police. Thank God, we have a new IGP who has opened his eyes and is so blind to party colors. So now we will be able to see the chaff. I met this guy, I think twice. And, we spoke nicely. He seemed to be a gentleman. He spoke very beautifully. But his actions negate his persona. My brother, my sister, we live in very difficult times. And if you want to still tell me that your life is in danger because you are an MP, let me give you an African proverb. In a land where there is no peace, in a land where the king has failed, he would always walk with a shield and a spear. You want to hear it again? In the land where the king has failed, he would always be seen with a shield and a spear, even in his bedroom. The Dagombe say, "Ngunkurnirwa budon yalga." The murderer never sleeps naked. He has all kinds of accoutrements around him. When he hears the slightest, he's looking for his accoutrements. Just as you don't give the people peace, you shall not have your peace. My brother, my sister, Kwame Nkrumah was interacting with the people night and day. The people loved him, would embrace him. He would walk around without even a single bodyguard. But your ancestors were so, your fathers and grandfathers were so jealous that they started bombing him night and day, including little children, very innocent children. He's coming back to haunt all those people one after the other. My brother, my sister, we encourage the police to go ahead and do their work. We encourage the police to push it very hard. We encourage the police not to be intimidated. We encourage the police to continue to tell us that the law is not a respecter of persons. It doesn't matter whether you are an MP or a carpenter. It doesn't matter whether you are a minister of state or a radio person like me. My brother, my sister, before the law, we are all humans. That's it. That's what matters. You will not give me 10 years because I'm a radio presenter and give 2 years to a minister because it's a minister of state for the same crime. It doesn't work like that anywhere. And if we can have respect for our country and our people, these laws must be upheld. I leave it here, my brother, my sister. So many different things, brethren. So many different things we need to look at. And I need all of us to open our ears to look at these very, very important things. The next thing I want to look at here is very interesting. I'm reading this from City Newsroom, and this one was published on the 7th of December. A three-year Ankara never incited party executives against Akufo-Addo. And that's his secretary. Who is a three-year Ankara? I don't know. Let's find out. The office of the Minister for Agriculture, Dr. Efriye Akoto, has denied media reports that he is inciting party supporters against President Akufo-Addo. Dr. Efriye Akoto, at a meeting with some new patriotic party executives in the northern region, is reported to have accused the president, Nana Akufo-Addo, of neglecting the party and making it unpopular. The claims have courted this affection for the minister, but speaking to City Newsroom, the press secretary to the minister, Issa Al-Hassan Ridwan, said, Although the minister indeed met the executives, he did not make any such pronouncements. As a member and senior government official, he emphasized and sympathized with them. But for the good works of the president and his goodwill, probably NPP would have lost the election. So he encouraged them not to despair, but to stay committed and support the president. All right. So it's interesting. Afriye Ankara, is that his name? Afriye Akoto, that's the name. Afriye Akoto. This is the guy who sells plantains, 4 cedis, 3 cedis for a whole bunch of plantains. That some time ago we couldn't even eat once a day. Now you can eat 4 times a day, 5 times a day. All because food is cheap. That there's food all over the place because of his ministry. Interestingly, humorously, funningly, at the recent Farmers' Day, the chief farmer went home with a toy bicycle and a spray machine. Poof, 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 poof. His reward for making things, for making food so available and cheap, for making a bunch of plantains to cost 4 cedis, when in the days of Mahama it was 40 Ghana cedis. Did you get it? Paradoxically, my brother, my sister, the farmer who made the food so available and so cheap, as juxtaposed with the days of Mahama, when plantains cost 40 cedis, today it's 4 cedis, by the kind courtesy of the farmer. Now the chief farmer, at an award ceremony, was given a toy bicycle and a setting spray machine. The Ashantis call it kafo kafo. Kafo kafo, koko kafo kafo, no? That's what they gave him. For making food so available. For making food become so cheap. Now this man here wants to be president. I didn't say it. Nana Akufo-Addo mentioned this to the Otumfuo himself when he went to Ashanti region a few weeks back. He teased this guy who sleeps every second, battling the president, competing with the president over sleepiness. Who sleeps more? That's their competition. When they meet each other, that's their slogan. Ooh, and the other one continues, sleeps more. My brother, my sister, went to Tamale, went to the northern region, went to other places, all over. And everywhere he goes, we hear something ridiculous. Now his own party is saying he went ahead to tell NPP foot soldiers that the president has neglected the party. And people are angry. Did you hear that? Did you hear that? The president has neglected the party. In other words, you see all you foot soldiers suffering. It is because the president has neglected you. But when you vote me into the presidency, I will make sure all the foot soldiers are dealt with. Now there's a denial. Who reported it first? What is the truth in that? If it comes out that Afriye Akoto said this, I would not be surprised, because he's so careless when it comes to his speech. And a man his age, I don't blame him. All age comes with a lot of different things. We all will grow old someday. There are some things you will not say when you are 20. There are other things you will not say when you are 30. And there are some things you will not say when you are 40. But from 70 going, 60 going, there are things that you would say that you don't care about, but people are hurt night and day. True. True or false? Thank you for voting old men into power. Thank you for parading them. Now they are competing. All men are competing to rule this country because they've been inspired by the sleepiness of the sleepident. Nana Akufo-Addo. Hear this. Another old man is playing politics. He goes to foot soldiers and says, you see the president, he has neglected you guys. That is why you are all suffering. Yes, I don't know why. So there's a lot of bitterness around. Now, hear me now. President has 3 more years to go. He would hand over power in 2025. Hey, can we survive till that time? 2025. Hey, this is 2021. Oh. He would hand over power in January 2025. By that time, all this my beard will be white. White. My mustache would all be white. I can't wait for this president to get out. My brother, my sister. Hey, before 2025, he will sack this man. Watch it. Before 2025, he will sack this guy. Watch it. This thing that this man has gone to tell foot soldiers is a threat to the president, and they know that it is most probably true. And when they investigate it and lay us on the tapes and have a few witnesses who will come out and say, yes, Koto told us that because you have neglected the party, that is why we are suffering. This guy will be kicked out. I'll leave it here. And the day he's kicked out, oh my God, I will celebrate and feel good. Because this man is doing too much politics and it's not good for us as a people. I leave it here. I'm taking this from Peace FM Online, and it says COVID-19, GHS, which stands for Ghana Health Service, reviews protocol for international travelers. I read. The Ghana Health Service has reviewed COVID-19 protocols at the Kotoka International Airport for international travelers. A statement by the GHS said, globally, several countries are experiencing their 4th wave. A number of travelers from these countries come to Ghana, and this is expected to increase during the festive season. This current surge in COVID-19 cases is being reflected at the Kotoka International Airport. In view of that, the GHS has modified its protocols effective December 12th. That's Monday, right? Today is 11th to today is 10th. 11, 12, so that's Sunday. All right. December 12, 2021, which includes all persons 18 years and above arriving in Ghana, will be required to provide evidence of full vaccination for COVID-19 vaccine. Apart from that, all unvaccinated Ghanaians and residents who are currently outside the country and intend to return within 14 days from the midnight of 12th December 2021 are exempted. What is this saying? It means from the 12th of December, that's Sunday, any person coming into Ghana, be you a citizen or a non-citizen, you will have to provide a vaccination certificate. True or false? My brother, my sister, if you do not provide it, then better stay. Don't come in. But if you arrive before the 12th, or as they said, within 14 days from the midnight of 12th December, it means 14 plus 12. That gives us what? 26, right? Boxing Day, you are exempted. My brother, my sister, the long and short of it all is that vaccination has become key. And this is a factor that the Ghana Health Service is considering. I tell you what will happen. a lot of well-meaning people would not come to this country. I know that a lot of well-meaning people will never come here. That's one. Number two, this is a mockery to the year of return. Oh, people come. Oh, people come. Oh, people come. Now, because of new restrictions, it is not enough for us to test you and say, oh, you don't have it. But let's still quarantine you for a number of days. And when you still don't have it, we allow you in. No. Whether you have it or not, show a certificate. But I'm going to ask the GHS something interesting. Please, oh, please, make una no vex. So the people who are coming into this country, when they show you the certificate, you allow them in, right? And we all know that vaccinated people are still catching Omicron. We all know that people who are vaccinated are still dying from COVID. So by just showing the certificate, it's enough to allow them into the country by this communique. So that means if they have it, you don't even care. All you care about is that they are vaccinated. Is that it? Because it's not mentioned anywhere here that, oh, even after showing the certificate, we will still test you. And after testing you, we will still quarantine you for a number of days before we unleash you. In the UK, they will test you. They will ask you to quarantine yourself. They take your address. They will make sure they pay a certain unannounced visit to your place to see if you are well quarantined or not. When they find out that you are not in, remember it's an unannounced visit, then they can deal with you. Maybe ban you totally from not coming to the country, deport you and let you go. But in this country, where? In fact, by mere Google map, I want to go from here to Achimota and I put it on Google map and it's making me climb trees. I'm going from here to Achimota. Google map, I'm going to Achimota market. Okay, take right. 2 million kilometers from here, take right. After 7 million kilometers from here, make a U-turn. Okay, so now, after 5,000 miles, you will see a runabout. Take the second exit, and there's no runabout. I keep going, hey, where is this runabout? It's taking me up a tree, mahogany tree. I'm climbing a tree. On top of the tree, say, oh, rerouting. Please descend this tree and then come down. There is a river. Take a right turn. Then you come down. There's no river, nothing. Then you know that you are in trouble. How can police find you? Even Google Map can't find you. Google Map that is supposed to cover the whole of the earth can't find you. Can't find places. Is it Ghana police that can find you? Damn Paris needs witchcraft to be able to find you. If a whole Google Map can't find you, damn Paris would need witchcraft to be able to locate you. That is why criminal activities go untraced. Our address system is dead. Baumia came in trying to make a certain impact on the people. Digitalization. Right now they've made a mockery of all that my brother Baumia did. My brother, Obregoya ya. Obregoya ya. To work in vain is painful. Today, Baumia is in oblivion. He's living like a hermit. He can't talk. If they are telling you that don't do momo if you don't want to pay tax, slapping taxes, e-levy, then what has become of your digitalization? We have to take it all the way to Gambaga and bury it inside the witch camp Or maybe just put it there and rebrand it E-Levy Camp. No more witch camp. It's going to be rebranded E-Levy Camp. Yes, all the witches there are digitalized. All the so that, in fact, at least Baumier's hope of being president can come to pass. He will be the president of the Gambaga witch camp. And his vice president shall be Ajua Safo, who can double and triple at any time. Baumia E-Levy president. Ajua Safo vice president. She will rebrand the Gambaga witch camp E-Levy camp. Beautiful name. And put air conditioners there. What a people. We leave you there. So my brother, as for this vaccination, only God can save us. Look, people who have been vaccinated are even dying more than those who have not been vaccinated. I won't tell you not to go and vaccinate. I won't do that. So that in the next moment you see police after me. Hey, I have bigger fights to fight. If your brain cannot direct you like Google Map, it's on to you. I will not go for a vaccination. Dabi, I won't. Until I am so convinced. Because they have used it against us time and again. Vaccination. Then they put germs in us. And we die out slowly. I saw it happen in Tuskegee. I saw how they put it in blankets for Indians and wiped them out. I don't want to go too deep into history. Let's leave it here. We have so many more things to look at. And I just want you to be patient and we'll look at that. Interesting things happening. Jesus have mercy. I'm going to read this. You remember Otunfo a few days ago was complaining about Kani Efun. We call it Dumso. Otunfo has coined a new name for it. It's Kani Efun. I think Miwa Mijima Kumia Ubeti Kani Efun. I think so Kani Efun in Kumasi in the Ashanti region was blamed on something that fell on something. And Otunfo was mad at this Kani Efun. He said all his gadgets are destroyed. We don't know the gadgets that Otunfo uses. But for a man like that, hey, the gadgets that I have will be babies. Better still, babyish to what Otunfo has. Today we have another report here, and I'm reading it from the National Communicator. This is the graphic online. Hey, published today the 10th of December, so it's fresh. It says, ECG recovers 1.4 million Ghana cedis from power theft in Kumasi, in Ashanti region. Did you hear that? ECG, that's Electricity Corporation of Ghana, or is it Electricity Company of Ghana? Electricity Company of Ghana recovers 1.4 million Ghana cedis from power theft in Ashanti region. Can you link the two? Okay, let's read. Yankinkai. The Ashanti Strategic Business Unit (SBU) of the Electricity Company of Ghana (ECG) has raked in over 1.4 million from illegal connection and power theft in the region. This followed the launch of Operation Collect to Correct. This followed the launch of Operation Collect or Correct in October this year to check illegal connections and non-payment of electricity bills by customers. In all, the SBU recovered an amount of 1,470,116 cedis and 59 pesos. Hallelujah. From power theft alone in the region. The communications manager for Ashanti SBU, Mr. Erasmus Bedu, told the Daily Graphic that Power theft was rampant in the region as some residents tampered with their meters to illegally consume electricity. Could this be the reason we have what Asante Hine refers to as Kania Fun? That there are too many thieves in the Ashanti region who steal power. So these thieves in the Ashanti region don't even respect Otumfuo anymore. Hey, the great Otumfuo is sitting there in his quiet time. Na mwako wia Kania. Na ade no ay Kania Fun. Na Otumfuo hu nkyere no. In fact, kyere no. Oni sade ye on. Mu nyina mo betwa dwan bako. Ha! 1.4 million Ghana cedis recovered from power thieves in the Ashanti region. So all that this publication seeks to achieve is that, one, we are telling Asante Hine that if he's able to control the power thieves in his region, he would have uninterrupted power. Number two, what Asante Hine said gingered us to go into an investigation, and we have come out with the reason Kania Fun is happening in the Ashanti region. My brother, every thief is a thief. Are they going to punish these people, or do they just pay and go away? Everybody must pay electricity bills. Do we have a way nobody can tamper with the electricity? In Ghana, it's so easy to do that. Do they do that in America too? I don't know. Hey, in America, that you are caught, you have tampered with electricity, you have connected illegally. Jesus have mercy. They will put you behind bars till Jesus Christ comes. It's a serious offense. But in our country, oh no. The people realize that, oh, you have in fact done an illegal connection. What do? What are the punitive structures in place? I leave it here. I hope that they also come to the Ashanti region, from the Ashanti region into the greater Accra region. This will be the place where they will find the mother of all thieves. But I have one demand. When they come, they should start with the ministers of state, with the MPs, the president, who don't pay electricity. Let's find out if there is a way we can make them also pay for electricity. They should pay. Why shouldn't they pay? I leave it here. My brother, my sister, so many different things happening in our country. I'm going to tackle the penultimate one and I'm done. I'm reading this from My Joy Online, and it says, all corruption allegations leveled against my appointees have been probed. This Nana Akufo-Addo. Oh, you can laugh. Feel free to laugh. Laugh if you want to laugh. All corruption allegations leveled against my appointees have been probed. That's Nana Akufo-Addo. Published today, the 10th of December at 1:51 p.m. And I read, President Akufo-Addo has intimated that his administration has undertaken arguably the boldest steps in dealing with corruption since Ghana attained independence nearly 65 years ago. He said he has taken the boldest steps to fight corruption since independence, since the days of Nkrumah. According to him, all allegations of corruptions leveled against his appointees so far have been probed. My job is to act on allegations of corruption by referring the issue to the proper investigative agencies for the relevant inquiry and necessary actions, including, if required, the suspension of the affected official pending the conclusion of the investigation. Mr. President, I beg to differ. Have you investigated PDS? Have you investigated Ejapa? where some of your appointees and family members were haggling over prices, percentages, and we had tapes. Has that been investigated? PDS investigated? Your careless, irresponsible, random flying, has it been investigated? I want to know. You see, that's an ostrich president. How can you say this as if you were talking to babies? And Forbes magazine will give him an award. I respect Dr. UN's award more than Forbes award. In fact, if Dr. UN comes to award me, we all know it's a comic award. We will laugh. But Forbes, that pretends to be serious, is awarding an ostrich president in an oversized suit. And today he's telling us that all allegations have been what? Probed. Martin Amidu calling you the mother serpent of all corruption. Has it been investigated? Oh, Mr. President, stop this joke. Please don't do that. I'll leave it. Now, the last thing I'm going to look at is Museveni. I hear Museveni is supposed to be in Ghana. And the economic freedom fighters are saying that he is not welcome. My brother, my sister, remember that Alassane Ouattara finished his mandate of being president of the Ivory Coast, 8 years. And when it was done, he still manipulated the constitution and got re-elected, becoming the first president to do that in that country. Mr. President did not see it as any shameful thing. He went and represented there. In Mali, when that president twisted the arms of the people, threw dust into their eyes and became a by force president on the people, Mr. President was there to celebrate him. He celebrates criminals and thieves and dictators. So, economic freedom fighters, can you stop the president from encouraging criminals, thieves, and dictators to come into this country? They say, show me your friends. Complete that proverb. Birds of the same feathers. Complete that one as well. Alassane Ouattara. Nanado was there in a private jet to celebrate his criminal activity in that country. The next one who will come here will be Paul Biya. I hear the president and foreigner Shingbe are close friends. And he goes there with his broken French that he can't even speak proper. I don't know why the president pretends to be speaking French. Why? Is it by force to speak French? Is it by force to speak French? I heard the president speaking French. I was like, so this is what the president speaks and they say he speaks French? Even I, who does not pretend to speak French, I speak better French than the president. What a thing. These are his friends. Foreigner Singbe, dictator, criminal dictator. Killing his own people. Such a small country, Togo, yet you are killing them. You are crying for population, yet you are killing the small population you have. Alassane Ouattara gunned down people during that election. He's been puppeted left, right, and center. My brother, my sister, the president of Mali, president was there. My brother, my sister, now they are bringing Museveni Kaguta into this country, and that they are coming for some African summit, whatever it is. Yes, as the EFF said, we encourage African people to meet and talk about Pan-Africanism, but not pseudo Pan-Africanists like Museveni, a criminal dictator who is gunning down his own people in Uganda. then you would allow such a criminal into this country. Why? I hope he's not already in this country, because our president is supposed to be the head of the AU, right? Is he still the head? I don't know and I don't care. But the most important thing is that, please, let's have a level of decency. Why did England pull out of the Beijing Olympics? Because they felt insulted. And which other countries joined England to pull out because England was disrespected? We should have that level of solidarity, that level of decency. When we see one president misbehaving, let's find a way of dealing with that president. You cannot enter our country because there are too many killings in your country. Then we can say that, oh, yes, our people are living up to expectation. My name is Blakk Rasta. I want to thank you. It's been the Blackport Friday edition. Thank you. I appreciate you. Museveni is a dirty criminal dictator.